Dieter Spiff, the one that just chased away from his palace now, as the governor of River State. Are you aware of that? No, you don't know, but I'm telling you now. That man they pursued a few days ago from his palace. He's called Alfred Dieter Spiff, if I'm not mistaken. He was the saboteur that Gowon used to administer River State, to spite Ojukwu. Understand? So they created natural saboteurs. You see this man you call, what's his name, Edwin Clark. Do you know why I hate him? He's a father, he's an elderly man. I should be respecting him. Is that not correct? According to our culture. Do you know why I hate him with a passion? He was a saboteur. They made him Minister of Information. that's how they roll. Janjaweed and their British masters, they gave them political positions. They now went back to go and convince their own people that Biafra is a bad thing for them to be part of because of political appointment. Are you following me? This man was sacked from his palace a few days ago. Are you listening to me? He was sacked. Do you know why he was sacked? I can't see a horn. Go and watch that video again. All the people from Nembe, I think it's Nembe in Brass, Tom Brass. I want you to go and watch the video of the indigents of Tuan Brass in Nembe or whatever it is, removing the very corrupt king Alfred Dieter Spiff. They were all speaking a dialect of Igbo in a Joland. Go and watch the video again and again and again. Are you listening to me? People ask me, why are you doing this? Are you begging them to join you? Why did you reject Igbo only Biafra? I said to them, as Oriental Boras sang in their song Kabaka in those days, I am only identifying with my flesh and my own blood, the same DNA, the same heritage, the same value system. In a referendum, they will have the chance to reject me. Then if they do, I will respect it. That is their own prerogative. And forever and ever, we will make it as a law that is binding on every generation, that these are no longer your people. And that's what we're trying to do. We are not forcing anybody to do anything. I am doing what the ancients did. If you see your flesh and blood, you recognize them. That's all we are doing. That is all we are doing. I will get to the case of Ogoni and the rest of them later on. But I want our people to understand this. The reason why they are goading you or forcing you to adopt a different identity is because it will be easier for them to control you once we are divided. I have preached this gospel before and I'll preach it again. The only reason why they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa was because the Igbos did not rise up to defend him. That's all. The reason why they did not kill me whilst I was in detention was because of the Avengers. Not Igbo people. Of course, IPOB was formidable. I mean, blocking Head Bridge for 4 days. You know, who could have done that? And people ask me, why do I keep saying I will sacrifice anything for Biafra? Because they sacrificed everything for me. Head Bridge was blocked for 4 days. Avengers came out, mainly Ijo youths, came out to say we'll blow up every Nigeria will not export any oil. Their number one demand was releasing Nnamdi Kanu from detention. How can I not preach about the unity of these people? Why won't I preach it? I hope that Wike can learn. Wike, I'm going to read the Willing Commission report for you. More than 98% of people who inhabit this area is called the Igbo Plateau of the Eastern region. Do you know what it's called? It's called a plateau. You know what the plateau is? Like Plateau State. It's a table land, it's a flat land. If you cross Ngwa, once you enter Ngwa, basically, if you don't know, Udi Hills ends. You know why? Udi, some of you that did geography, Udi Hills, the range of hills where you have hills and you have valley. Like if you go to Olokoro, if you go, there are hills, there are valleys and all that. It ends in Omwai. From Ngwa, it is now flat land all the way to the ocean. That was why the white man called it the Igbo Plateau. It is in the Willings report of 1958. Channels, are you listening? Wike, are you listening? I'm reading the report for you. They are all Igbo and they speak one language, though, of course, with certain differences of dialect. There are nearly 5 million of them, and they are too many for the soil to support. They are vigorous and intelligent and have pushed outward in every direction, seeking a livelihood by trade or in service in the surrounding areas of the eastern region, in the western region, in the north and outside Nigeria. They are no more popular with their neighbors than is usual in the case of an energetic and expanding people whose neighbors have a more leisurely outlook on life. This is simple English written by a white man. Wike, are you listening? General Stevie, are you listening? A white man said in 1958, these people that inhabit the plateau of rivers, I call Igbocha, that is the proper name. You people, you are Igbo. You are intelligent. I'm not talking about Igbo people. You are very smart. You diverse, you travel out wide, you're energetic, you're hardworking. But the places you are going to, the people who hate you in the north, in the west, everywhere you go to, they hate you because those people are lazy. That's what the white man said. I didn't say it. It's here now in their paper. Hi. My goodness me. They hate us because we are hardworking. That is why they brought Ahmed Gulak to Owerri and killed him, that they may demonize and kill as many of us as possible. Because we are energetic. We are blessed by God. Everybody is in this together. Everybody in the former Eastern region. This is what a white man wrote about you in 1958. Do you know what the white man said again? As I've been teaching you for a very long time, let me tell you what the white man said. Though there has been no great kingdoms or indigenous culture in the Eastern region, no great kingdom. The only reason why Britain hated us was because they could not have any one man to go to say, oh, tell them what to do. Because we had no kings. But the coastal chiefs means the job people, the coastal chiefs, those who live by the very close to the Atlantic Ocean, they grew on their trade with European merchant ships, simply slavery. That's all they were doing. So some of you that claim you're from Ejo, you're not Biafra, you are saboteurs. It's in your nature. You've been selling your brothers to the white man from time. You know me, I speak the truth. And I damn the consequences. When you see somebody from Ejo land as a traitor, it didn't start today. They started selling us to the white man. Betrayal is in their blood. Look at Edwin Clark. Look at how Jetta speaks. But I'm not going to generalize. The man that gave us the name Biafra that most Ejo people said they don't want to identify with is an Ejo man. That is the most, that is the irony of the whole thing. I thank God for Franco Pigo. I thank God for people I cannot mention their names here because I don't want the police looking for them. From Ijoland. I thank Tompolo. I thank all of them. They know who they are. That have this thing at heart. I'm not saying that Igbo politicians have helped any matters or no. They made it worse. And sometimes I don't blame our brothers from the coastal region. In the year 1999, I've said this story. I've told you this story about 1 billion times over, but I'll say it again tonight. When you were still running around or carrying bags for politicians, I left England to try to come to Biafra land to unite this great family. Then there was no IPOB. There was no agitation by anybody. This was before mass-up started. Before anybody mentioned Biafra to anybody. I was at a place called Obunabali in Iguacha, talking to the local chief, the traditional ruler there. And he said to me, my son, where are your fathers? This particular message you're bringing to me, your father should be bringing it here. A message of hope and reconciliation of our people. because I sat him down and I lectured him about history and who we are, that we are one people. That was the day that I went to the office of Don Mite of Mosop. Ask him, he will tell you. The year was 1999. We've come a long way, haven't we? It's called consistency. I never change. Ask Mite, the leader of Mosop, what I told him in his office. I met him in his office in Niger Street in Iguacha. I'll never forget. That day, I was coming from the home. I don't know if it's late now because it's a very long time. I was coming from the home of the traditional ruler of Obuna Valley. You know, Hotel Chester is opposite. Ah, dear, let Lord have mercy upon us. They don't know who we are. We have gone very far, very, very far. I said Mosop. That was where I was recopied the name from. Mosop, Movement for the Survival of Ogoni People. That was the #1 freedom fighting movement that was instituted anywhere in the East. They are #1. Mosop was #1. Ogoni freedom fighters, they were #1. It was really merely copied the name because he was too lazy to do anything. So he just copied the name. Are you listening to me? The Rivers provinces include Brass and Degema. Brass and Degema were overwhelmingly Ejo. I told about one Brass a while ago where Dieter Spieth came from, where he was sacked a few days ago. They were speaking Igbo dialect. And then there was the Ogoni division. It is all here. In that very place, that time, out of a population in Rivers province of 747,000 people in the so-called River State, 305,000 were Igbo people, 240,000 were Ijo people, 156 were Ogoni people. The only three people mentioned, distinct groups mentioned in River State were Igbo, the owners of rivers, Igbo, Ejo, and Ogoni. Every other subgroup, you must find yourself under either you are Ogoni, you are Ejo, or you are Igbo. And the highest population of Igbo people in River State, the highest population of people in ethnic group in River State, Igbo people, in 1958. Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. My goodness. I don't know if I'm to continue or to stop because sometimes I don't know if our people are actually absorbing what we are telling them. I don't know. Let me tell you what happened. According to the white man said, in the whole of the non-Igbo areas, the Ijo and the Ogoni areas, there were some fear that they are being overrun by the Igbo. The Igbo includes Ikwere people, mind you, in their own land. There was fear of being overrun commercially and politically by the Igbos. If Ahoda and Port Harcourt, which is Iguacha, which are really Igbo, a white man, are you listening to me? I've forgotten all the, I've forgotten, I have other things to preach, but I want to educate this fool and Channels TV. Yoruba journalists, I want to educate you because some of you are very daft, you know nothing. I'm reading what a white man investigated and reported upon in 1958. What did this white man say? The white man said, in non-Igbo areas, which is Ijo and Ogoni, they are afraid that Igbo man will overrun them commercially and politically. This Igbo man includes Ikwere man, which is Wike's lineage, Wike's people. They said, if Ahoda and Port Harcourt, which are really Igbo, a white man said, Iguacha is Igbo. The people that colonized you, said, Iguacha is Igbo. It is here. Winning commission that you cried to. You were the people that petitioned him and said, we are minority, we are dying, come and save us. The white man came and said and told you that Ahoda and the Iguacha Port Harcourt are Igbo. It was considered the solid center of Igbo population. the fear and grievances of minorities, why this commission was set up. After today, I will not read this very subject again. Please make sure our media team, make sure you cut out this very thing. Anybody who talks nonsense about Nigeria, South, please cut this very clip and give it to that very individual so they can receive some sense. I am asking them, I am giving them references. I'm not asking them to just sit in one place and accept what I'm saying. No, I'm asking them to go and do research on what I have said. On what I have said. The allegation was put forward by the counsel to the petitioners that the judiciary was predominantly Igbo, with the implication that this caused fear among those who are not Igbos. But it was clearly stated in the evidence by Dr. Udoma, the leader of UNIP, that no occasion could be adduced of the judiciary acting with partiality. So the white people concluded that the fears of the so-called minorities were unfounded, because this man, Dr. Udoma, came and said to them, show us an instance of impartiality by the judges. And they couldn't show anything. They couldn't. That tells you all you need to know. Do some of you know the reason why most people from core areas, which is Cross River, Rivers, and the Goja region in those days were mainly, police officers? It was as a result of this willing commission. He was the one that recommended that, okay, if you are afraid that you're going to be overrun, okay, give them priority in the police service. That's why most of them were in the police. That is a historical fact. It is here. Anyway, when Wike is done, I don't want you to get that fool anymore. Maybe tomorrow channels will interview him again. He'll start talking his usual rubbish as the fool that he is. That is why somebody will go to Ahaba and ban Biafran flag. The same person banning Biafran flag were part of the people that came to the same Ahaba and massacred people in broad daylight. When I look at the irony of the whole thing, it baffles me. When I see people from Ogoni say they want to be part of one Nigeria, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm horrified. You mean the same one Nigeria that killed Cancer Wiwa? That is where I say that sometimes people are very, very sick in the brain, honestly speaking. The same people today claiming the police, we are banning Biafran flags in Delta State. They know what they are doing. They have been forcing us all this while, trying to frustrate us so that IPOB can say, okay, give us only 5 eastern, southeastern states, let's go. That's what they want. And any day we say they'll give it to us. That is what they want. But we are saying no. Because that wasn't what Elohim told us. God said, these are my children. From Igodomigodo all the way to Bakassi, they are my children. They must be under one house. Different ethnicities, but under one umbrella. Later on, they can go their separate ways. I don't care. But insofar as this fight is concerned, so that when Fulani will be slaughtering you in time to come, we'll simply tell you, we told you so. As I'm telling all of you, I told you so. When I told about people in America, why do you think that they now love us so much in World Igbo Congress? Because I told them in no uncertain terms that these people, they are coming. Yes, they are coming. They said, oh, how do you know? I said, I know, but they are coming. Have they not come today? Are people not running from Omahia, from Obakala, from everywhere they go? Yesterday night, saying they have come. I told you they will come. I told you. In the year 2015, I told you they are going. It doesn't matter what you do, they are coming to take your land from you. The same people that stood us up and shot us to pieces in Asaba is telling us you don't have any identity. You are what we call you. You are now Delta. But in the north, they call themselves Arewa. In the core north, I don't mean middle belt. The Arewa. No one has actually said to them, okay, from today your name is Sahel. Since you're from the Sahel region, your name is Sahel. You're all Sahelians. But they can come to my land and say, you are a Deltan. You're a Riverian. You're a cross riverian. God have mercy. But you cannot ask them now to drop the name Arewa. They will listen to you. They'll tell you no. They won't drop it. Let us call them the Sahelians. He says that from the Sahel. The death is not in Ebonyi State, is in Ebonyi. People that were wrongly carved into Benue State. That is where the problem is coming from, please. And we are going to do, ESN is going there, we're going to deal with it. In the next few days, you start hearing stories. We're going to deal with it. A little boy wrote to me, and I've read what he said to me, and we're going to respond. In the next few days, men will be on the ground to defend those places. Don't worry about that. We know what we're doing. And I don't want to talk about Wike again, it's irrelevant. Yeah, let him go and change his pampers and go and meet Tambua. It's Tambua that will deal with him. Anything, he can say whatever rubbish he likes on Channel TV. My only happiness is that when he goes inside the bedroom, Tambua will deal with him. That's my only happiness. That's my only happiness. The killing of Igbo people in Benue State must stop. Governor Otom, a man that I like very much and I respect immensely, the killing in Benue State of Igbo people must stop. And the killing of fact of everybody in Benue State must stop, not just Igbo people. Everybody, the killing must stop. And if help is needed, that help will be provided. Yes, Wike, after after talking all your rubbish, my happiness is that in the night you'll be crying because Tambua will be on your back and be dealing with you. Be dealing with you. Idiot to the guy. Fool. The killing of people in Benue must stop. And when people are asking ESN to intervene, when people are asking ESN to intervene, you must understand that we are fighting many battles at the same time. Exactly what happened during the war. We are fighting Miyetiala, the frontline Fulani terrorist group we have. Before, imagine what we have to negotiate before we come into your village in Benue. We have to fight Miyetiala. We have to fight the Nigeria police. We have to fight the Nigeria army. We have to fight, I hope going forward, we won't say we have to fight the governors. So let me leave them out for now. We have to fight all the saboteurs, the finger pointers. We have to fight the intellectuals. And we need to overcome Yoruba Gota media. These are the battles we face every blessed day. Tell me a group of people that will face such formidable adversaries and they will survive. But we are here. We are here. So these are the issues that we have to confront, but we are going to Benue and we're going to help them. ESN will be in Benue State and we are going to help Benue people. And we are not coming to take over your land. We are coming to help you. There is nothing. I am a child of heaven. I am Hebraic in my disposition. What it means is that I cannot take any land that doesn't belong to me. Do you understand? That is why in our culture, when you commit an offense where somebody, as a child, you are trained that some capital crimes is a crime against the land, not crime against humanity. You understand? That is why when you want to offer prayers, you take off your shoes and you stand on the land. You pour kai libation, hot drink on the ground itself. That is why if you commit a capital crime, as in the land which you stand upon, because on that land you're going to build a house, on that land you're going to cultivate, on that land you're going to be buried. This is how the ancients structured our society. So even if nobody is watching you when you want to commit a crime, the land you're standing on is watching you. I can't wait for Biafra to come so we can go back to the way of our ancestors. The old ways, the ways of the ancient. That is why in our land, we abhor things like selling of children. It's an abomination before God and before man. And anywhere you know people from today who are selling children, please let us know. Anywhere you know people, any doctor, any midwife, any hospital, any maternity home involved in the selling of children, please, you notify us so we can go and deal with them. So also is kidnapping. God is against it. Our land is against it. We don't want it. That is why I want to commend the Nnewi Vigilante group for busting a racket. There's a racket going on somewhere around Ipob. People selling small children. And do you know one thing? Surprise, surprise, the police are involved in the selling of children in our land. People don't understand the level of atrocities going on in our land every blessed day and the work we are doing to try to stop them. I commend the Nnewi Vigilante group for doing a very stellar work. And I have also instructed ESN. We have no business with legitimate vigilante groups like the ones we have in Nnewi and in Onitsha. It's only when they try to interfere with our work that they will get into trouble. So we must commend them. And that we now have the name of the maternity. We have the police officers who are involved. And very soon we're going to pay them a visit. Maybe you read about it in the page of newspapers as well. And another thing that is very worrying is this. There is news making the rounds that we have caught those that killed Ahmed Gulak and we shot them. That's what they said, without going to trial. Now, people have been approaching us begging for peace, for truce, and all the rest of it. Let's try and give peace a chance, which is normal. After the very successful lockdown yesterday, let's give peace a chance. I want the Nigeria police, where I'm warning them in Imo State Police Command. I want you to identify all the officers that killed people and tag them the murderers of Ahmed Gulak. You must give us the evidence that you have. Because all this, your plan is not going to work. Katrina Lang, Tinubu, Monguno, El Rufai, all these stupid, idiotic village plan people made to come and kill a man who is of no consequence to us. A man we didn't even know who this man was before Sunday. Who is he? A wretched church rat. Who is he to us that we would want to kill him? And I want to warn Yoruba media tonight. From 1967, you people have been part and parcel of the problem of Nigeria. After Nigerian politicians, the next group are Yoruba media, Yoruba journalists. You don't want to leave evil alone for evil to leave you. You people have come back to the same rubbish you were doing before. There is no repentance in you because of money. There is no repentance in you people. No repentance whatsoever. You've been writing your junk, how Ahmed Gulak was killed. And because of that, an innocent man has been murdered in Mina, somewhere. There is something in this life called common sense. And when I insult black people for being stupid or being the closest relatives to a chimpanzee, this is exactly the same. This is the reason why I say the things that I say against black people and the way we reason. Black people are very, very foolish. I don't care if children are listening. We black people are very foolish. Now, let me ask Yoruba journalists one simple question. I don't want to, because Fulani is uneducatable. You can't educate them, they're foolish. I want to ask Yoruba people, these sophisticated morons that claim they went to school, a very simple question. A man of national importance came to Imo State at the instance of the state governor, or say the Senate sent him to Imo State, in a place where there is supposedly insecurity. Is that correct? I want Yoruba journalists to listen to me very carefully tonight, because you people are evil. I don't know if you derive, you people are sadists. I don't know if you derive any joy by twisting the truth. I don't know what you people gain by lying. I don't know. I want to ask you a simple question. If the Senate, as they claim, sent this man to go and conduct constitutional review, of course, we know when they're to ask Hope Uzodinma for money. He went to Imo State so that Hope can settle him. He was the one that made Hope governor. We know that very well. But let's leave that to one. Let us take the official government line of Nigeria. That Gulag was in Imo State to do Senate work, open consultation. Man, he's an APC man, but Senate is not claiming